Hello and welcome to Silverstone for round one of the Motorsport News Ford Fiesta Junior Championship. History in the making here at Silverstone today. The first ever race for the Junior Fiestas. Charlie Liddell on pole with Louis Miller alongside. Row 2, Freddie Lee and James JJ Ross. Then Aidan Moffat and Jack Mitchell completing row 3. Fourth row, Ben Wilcox. And on the outside, Alfonso Skritzka. So this is very much history in the making. Kevin Shortis, the championship coordinator, has been keen to get this off the ground for some time. There's a lot of work that's got into it. It's not the same as starting a senior championship. There are a lot more considerations to take into account for the juniors, and all the boxes have been ticked for race organisers, insurers, more importantly, I suppose, mums and dads as well. And we've got an 8-car grid for this one. More cars being built and prepared, which is great. And away they go. Great start by Freddie Lee in black. Got away quicker than the others, but the man on pole position, Charlie Liddell, does not get away at all well. And he has got quite a bit of work to do. That's Louis Miller, who leads in car number 6, the white WDE Motorsport prepared car, with Freddie Lee in second position. Third place is JJ Ross. Around Copse for the first time. They've all made it around that first corner. That was the nerve-wracking moment. Now they come into the Maggots-Beckett's complex for the first time. Keep your eyes on the red and green car. Oh, and sideways there goes JJ. Oh, dear. Off a couple of red cars now. That started, I think, because JJ Ross got it all sideways up front. And, yeah, very much that was avoidance for Ben Wilcox. No fault of Ben's at all. You can see also parked up there is Alfonso Skritzka in car number 8. What a disappointing start for those lads. They were certainly no fault of their own. They just wanted to avoid what was going on in front. JJ Ross getting a little bit errant, and the irony is that JJ is there in third place, coming down the Wellington Straight for the first time, chasing Louis Miller in the WDE car, who goes very wide there. That's why we've got a bit of extra runoff. Miller rejoins, looks down the inside of Ross to try and reclaim second position as the cars come out of Luffield and head down towards Woodcote for the first time. Down behind them, Charlie Liddell has recovered very well after the start, and he's up into fourth place. And then we've got the second of the blue and yellow cars, which is Aidan Moffat. So safety car out. Now that is so that the two cars of Ben Wilcox and Alfonso Skritzka can be recovered. Now they'll get. They've got 2 races this weekend in the opening round, so they'll get a chance to put some lappery in the next race of the day. Ben qualifying 7th, Alfonso in 8th place, and this is their first, as far as I'm aware, first senior car race for those guys. So Ben, 14 years of age, coming out of karting. And Alfonso Skritzka, another name that we know from karting, raced in Formula Kart Stars, amongst other very prestige karting championships over the recent period. So Alfonso comes from Aldershot. So recovery work will continue for them. And Freddie Lee, I think for the first time, will find himself ready for a safety car start. All this kind of stuff is covered, of course, via the driver briefings that go on. Now the cars are going from side to side because they do have a racing tyre on. And the racing tyres, the subject of much debate over recent weeks with the MSA, because, as we mentioned, with junior championship, safety, of course, for the youngsters is absolutely paramount. Safety is important in motorsport at all levels, at all ages, but when the youngsters get involved, then we do obviously take a little bit of extra care over it, and the MSA have decided to allow slick racing tyres. And obviously we'll be watching very, very closely indeed. But Freddie Lee it is that will lead the cars down the Wellington Straight and ready for the restart. This could be a nerve-wracking moment for the driver of car 51. One of the slightly older drivers in the field, I think, looking at the age demographics on the entry list, but still nonetheless a newcomer to circuit racing. He has raced a car on the short ovals, and we'll talk more about Freddie over the course of the programme. But around Woodcote we go, and getting ready for the restart. It's a very good restart from Freddie Lee. There's the green flag. Look at that. He's nailed it. He's got away from the second place car. So really good stuff from Freddie, who will take the lead down into Copse Corner. So through they go. Charlie Liddell in car number 32, busy having a look at James Ross. And James in one of the cars prepared by Daniels Motorsport, running at the moment in third position. That's Louis Miller. Louis Miller spins it away. Same place that we had the problems in the first lap. And Louis Miller finds himself in the gravel. Oh, that's disappointment for Louis. Now, Louis comes from Woodley, and whether that's going to be another safety car or not, I don't know. Let's see. The gravel is great at stopping the cars, but of course they can't get out of it, and that tends to punctuate the races a little bit. Freddie Lee in lead position, JJ Ross in second place. Charlie Liddell is there in third. Fourth place car is going to be, I think, let's have a look. If it's the white car, it's Jack Mitchell. If it's blue, it's Aidan Moffat. And at the moment, quite rightly, perhaps concentrating on the battle for lead position, and Ross starting to put pressure on Freddie Lee out front. So Lee in 51 leads. So JJ Ross at the moment fending off Jack Mitchell. One thing you can see about this is that all the cars are pretty close together. They're all very, very well matched. And I mentioned 12 laps in qualifying. They're going to, or thereabouts in qualifying, and this race is timed at 15 minutes. And I think, given the conditions, that's going to equate to about 11 laps. So the qualifying session they had, if they used all of it, it means that they're going to, most of them did use all of the qualifying session, it means that that will have set them up very well indeed for this race. Freddie Lee still in lead position. Charlie Liddell second, then it's Aidan Moffat running in third place. Are we going to see a Moffat podium in his first outing? Looking pretty good at the moment in 43. Then it's JJ Ross. Remember, this is the first ever race for the Motorsport News Ford Fiesta Junior Championship. All the cars identical as Ross starts to put pressure on Moffat. And well, there are other junior championships, but this has really whetted the appetite of the people that have come into it, and a lot of dads looking at getting their sons to drive in. There are so many places to go after racing the ST. That's down into third position, up into third position. I should say JJ Ross has got back into a potential podium. He had a very good run down the Wellington Straight through the inside of the erstwhile third place man Aidan Moffat. Moffat now down into fourth, and look how much ground JJ Ross has pulled. That was a remarkable run from him up into third place, but we've still got Freddie Lee out front in car number 51. So Freddie, who has raced in karts, he's raced in mini stocks as well, and is a second generation driver. His dad, of course, associated with the number 351 as opposed to 51. That's Barry Lee, 4 times Hot Rod World Champion, Eurocar champion on the circuits. He's a former autocross champion, rallycross champion, you name it. Barry Lee, whatever he does, he tends to win. And it looks like his son is made of the same stuff as well, out in car number 51. There's Jack Mitchell in 19. That wee bit of damage on the front of the car that the WDE boys will sort out before race 2. Now, fastest lap so far in this one, Charlie Liddell, 1 minute 13.181, so he's running very well indeed. As we go back and check out Freddie Lee, who's having a good run in 51. I know his dad will be here cheering him on. Very neat and tidy from Freddie. And the car he raced on the ovals, mini stocks of course, front wheel drive as well, so well suited to this. And his dad raced in the, as well as all the other formula I mentioned, raced in the British Touring Car Championship in an Escort as well. So the last lap board going out for Freddie Lee, and it's just 1.64 miles for him, but Charlie Liddell is starting to take the battle to him and trying to close down. So Liddell, the 15-year-old from Brightlingsea, has a little bit more car racing experience on circuits. He was the Saxmax rookie champion last year. He's moved over. He fancied the Fiesta Championship as opposed to staying with the Saxmax Championship in 750s. He's made that decision, and I think his circuit racing experience standing him in very good stead. But at the moment, Freddie Lee out front. We haven't seen anything silly from Freddie at all. A little blip going across the circuit lines down at Copse a few laps ago, but he's driven absolutely superbly, Freddie Lee. Qualified third fastest. We saw the demise of Louis Miller on lap 4, but it's Freddie Lee in car number 51. The Lee name very much synonymous with the Ford badge over the years. And Freddie, very neat and tidy, very confident into Luffield for the last time. And really that was the only danger point, but it wasn't going to be a danger for Freddie, who is still there in car number 51. The black livery, remember his dad racing a black Escort in the late 70s, Escort Mark II, the RS front. But this is all about Freddie, not about Barry. Barry will be pleased, checkered flag ready, and there it is. Freddie Lee takes the win from Charlie Liddell, who is just 0.6 of a second behind. Lee makes history, winning the first BRSCC Ford Fiesta Junior Championship race. Freddie Lee the winner from Charlie Liddell. Then it's JJ Ross in third place, Jack Mitchell fourth, and Aidan Moffat in fifth position. Charlie Liddell getting the fastest lap of the race, a 73.181.
So Freddie, you won that race. You've obviously adapted very well to driving onto circuits.
Yeah, the race went really well. We haven't had that much time in the car, so considering the team have done a great job. We only got it last week and we done a quick shakedown and arrived here. So yeah, really confident. Just want to thank all of Pete Daniels' crew for getting the car ready, and Advent Motorsport, my team, for doing a great job to get everything, to get everything ready for the new season, and especially for this race. Just want to thank them all very much.
Welcome to another episode of Racing No Filter. Joining me in sunny California, Bill Wood, and down in sunny Florida, Peter King.
We're going to take a look at some of the products HPD has created for the 2012 Honda Civic, and specifically we're going to show you how to install an adjustable sway bar.
Until then, folks out there, you take care.
Want to keep up with all the racing action at the track? Well, download the new Go Racing TV iPhone and Android app. And remember to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Round two of the first weekend of the Motorsport News Ford Fiesta Junior Championship. And here's the grid. We've got all the cars back out. Pole position to race one winner, Freddie Lee. Charles Liddell alongside then James JJ Ross and Jack Mitchell on row two. Aidan Moffat lines up on the inside of row three. Louis Miller next to him. The grid being completed by the other two non-finishers from race one, Alfonso Skritska and Ben Wilcox. So the grid being decided by the race positions at the end of race one, the opening round, the first ever Ford Fiesta Junior Championship race, which Freddie Lee won. He therefore is on pole position. And the two guys at the back, Ben Wilcox and Alfonso Skritska, hoping to get a full race in this one after going out in the opening lap of the first race. And Louis Miller, of course, only completed 4 laps of the first race, but the red lights are on, as you can see. Freddie Lee in black on pole position, made a great start. That was a cracking start by Freddie Lee. Second position, Charlie Liddell. Keep your eyes on the car with the lights ablaze, blue and yellow. That's JJ Ross in third position. He's got away very well indeed. Jack Mitchell in fourth place, and around Copse Corner for the first time. To me, it just doesn't look like there are as many nerves in this second one. It was always going to be a nerve-wracking race, that first start. And it's Freddie Lee that leads them through Maggots up to Beckett's. Charlie Liddell second. JJ Ross in third place as now they come up to Beckett's, and then the long run down the Wellington Straight and off wide. Very wide indeed goes Louis Miller. Well, let's hope he doesn't repeat what happens in race one. No, he doesn't. He gets back on and rejoins behind Alfonso Skritska. Skritska, in fact, I think he's managed to get on just in front of him, so he got a bit more of a run off the runoff. And through into the lead, Charlie Liddell. Freddie Lee down into second position. Liddell leads. Lee in second position. Third place is JJ Ross. Fourth position is Jack Mitchell. So it's all happened, isn't it, on lap one? So some first lap overtaking. Charlie Liddell, the man who scored pole position in yesterday's qualifying session, has gone in front, and now Freddie Lee is being passed by JJ Ross right the way around the outside. Lee has been overtaken by Ross down to third place on lap one. Now, has he been able to hold on? I think he might have lost third position as well. Let's wait and have a look. Jack Mitchell through into third place. Freddie Lee down into fourth. So Lee passed by the WDE car as well. And we'll see whether he can fight back in the black 51 car. Down behind them, it's Aidan Moffat in the blue and yellow car, the yellow squares on the back of the car. And then following them, Ben Wilcox in red, Jack Mitchell trying to now have a look at the second place car of JJ Ross as they come down the Wellington straight once again. But what a cracking start by Charlie Liddell. He's probably going to be disappointed with his second position in race 1, but if things stay the way they are, he'll go away as championship leader as Jack Mitchell thinks about having a look down the inside of the second place man James Ross. So Freddie Lee still there in third position. Can't see Charlie Liddell, and he's away in the distance, race leading, pulling out a gap of 6 or 7 seconds so far over Jack Mitchell. I've got an onboard with Aidan Moffat. Oh, and Aidan passed there by Ben Wilcox. So Ben Wilcox, great manoeuvre through. That was a Brooklands favourite overtaking place. So into Luffield. There's the pit entrance you can see on the right of screen, and we'll see what Aidan can do. Fiesta website there if you want to find out more information, fiestajuniors.ms. As we go on board, Aidan now down in 8th position and challenging. You can see it's a close thing with Ben Wilcox, but he comes offline, thinks about having a look on the inside as they go into Copse Corner. But Wilcox, the 14-year-old from Doncaster, hangs on to 7th place. Ex-Coma cadet Carter, raced cadets in 2008. Rotax Mini Max karting in 2011, and the Daniels Motorsport car hangs on to 7th position as we go back to race leader Charlie Liddell at the front of the field. Charlie, as I mentioned in race 1, this is his second season of car racing. He was the Citroën Saxmax rookie champion last year, and not a bad thing to get another discipline under your belt, moving over from the Citroën Saxo junior racing that the 750 Motor Club have. Across the line he goes. Look at the gap that he's got. That was the second and third place car. 4th position to JJ Ross. So in fact we missed the leader going through to take the lap board, and Liddell, in fact what we did see was the gap between Jack Mitchell and Freddie Lee. There's Freddie going through shot. JJ Ross in 4th position in blue and yellow. 5th place is Louis Miller, still going, the man from Woodley. And then we go back. Here I lost 3 runners. In fact, Alfonso Skritska, when I was talking about 8th position, Skritska I think might have been, oh no, Skritska's now been passed by Ben Wilcox. So Wilcox on a little bit of a charge, having got past Alfonso Skritska as well. And the tail 3 cars having a very good scrap at the moment. But we're back with the battle for podium position, if we can call it a battle. Fred Lee still in 3rd position in black, followed by JJ Ross, and then a gap back to Louis Miller in 5th place. And if we look back, here are the 3 cars, 6th, 7th and 8th position. 6th position currently is Ben Wilcox, then Alfonso Skritska, and not too far behind is Aidan Moffat, who's closing in. Think might be too far back to have a challenge. No, he doesn't think so. Has a quick look. The ICR Motorsport car gets right on the rear bumper of Ben Wilcox. Sorry, on Alfonso Skritska, but can't quite get close enough to make a manoeuvre down the inside. So second place goes through Jack Mitchell. Here's Freddie Lee. Freddie goes through still in 3rd place. Lights ablaze for James Ross. That's not going to worry Freddie Lee too much because he's that far back at the moment. Freddie and JJ separated by the best part of 2 seconds. This is the second place driver, Jack Mitchell, car number 19. Comes from West Kingsdown in Kent. Those of you that know your racing will know that's bang next door to Brands Hatch. WDE Motorsport car, as you can see. And a former British Super 1 front runner, 2011 vice champion in Super 1, and also Formula Kart Stars, which is the championship endorsed by the Formula 1 management. So no mean feat for Jack Mitchell. We've got really very talented drivers all the way through the 8-car field on this debut, which is exactly what we want. South East champion as well in karting, Jack Mitchell, and just turned 14 years of age on the 7th of April this year, so one of the youngest drivers in the championship. Charlie Liddell goes through. There is Jack Mitchell, the man we were just talking about, crosses the line once again. Freddie Lee still in 3rd place. It looks like the top 4 drivers have pretty much consolidated their own positions. 5th position is Louis Miller. They found their own space, they found their own track and settled down into this race very well indeed. But here's the man who had to do the work to get the overtake done on the first lap to take the lead. Pole position for him in qualifying, fastest lap and second position in race 1. If he wins this one, it means that he'll take the championship lead to Snetterton in a few weeks' time for the second weekend of competition for Motorsport News Ford Fiesta Juniors. Down the Wellington straight once again into Brooklands. Absolutely no problems at all for this man who is doing so well. Slight run over the curbs into Luffield, keeps it nice and tight there. He'll maybe run just a little bit out when he comes out towards Woodcote for the racing line. So out of Luffield, down through Woodcote, past the entrance to the pit lane and down the main straight. Charlie Liddell absolutely inch perfect and onto his last lap here. So the clock has been ticking away. We've had 15 minutes of racing and that's when the clock goes out. That of course includes any safety cars which we haven't had here. I've got to say that the junior standards of driving here absolutely superb in this race, aside from a little bit of running wide that the stewards have doled out some time penalties for, but the driving standards have been absolutely superb in this second race. And it is Charlie Liddell out front. More importantly, all 8 cars are going to go home in one bit. What a superb job is that for the first round. A great advertisement for the championship as he goes under the bridge for the last time. There is the second place man, Jack Mitchell, just flashes through shot. You saw the flash of white there. He is a little way behind now, Jack. It's approximately 9 seconds. That's a really good, healthy win by Liddell. Maybe that's what we should have expected when he set pole position yesterday by 0.4 of a second. So that's probably paid out as the qualifying session suggested. So Liddell out of Luffield into Woodcote for the last time, and it's going to be 1 win for Freddie Lee on the opening weekend and 1 win for this man Charlie Liddell in car number 32, who takes the checkered flag and the championship lead with it. Liddell leads the championship after the first round. Freddie Lee will come through in 3rd position. JJ Ross is next across the line. So let's take a look at confirmation of the result, including the time penalties that were there for cars 4, 43 and 51. Charlie Liddell wins, Jack Mitchell in 2nd position, Freddie Lee in 3rd, JJ Ross 4th from Louis Miller, and Alfonso Skripska in 6th place. 7th goes to Ben Wilcox, and in 8th position, Aidan Moffat.
So 2nd in your previous race, and now the race win in this race. You must be very pleased.
Yeah, it's really, really good today. Yeah, it was wet and dry, and we went for the wet tyres, which turned out to be the right decision. So that was really well done by the team, and managed to maintain a gap from Jack behind and took the race.
Had you driven in the wet before, or was this your first time?
I'd driven in the wet here in Saxmax last year and did all right, and so it wasn't really new to me, but it was a challenge still.
Have you been to the new Snetterton circuit, which is obviously your next round? Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, we have done a test session around there a few weeks back, and the pace was good, so definitely looking forward to it. Yeah.
Well done.
Thanks. Cheers.